Hi guys. This is my first video in a very long time. I haven't done a video on YouTube in years, and most of my videos were just workout videos. I thought that I would put out a video regarding the On Cloud Monster 3 Hyper light spray because I think it is a very special shoe, and I don't think I see any. I think I've seen maybe one or two videos on the light spray version of this shoe. I see quite a few videos on the Cloud Monster 3 Hyper, and then the Cloud Monster 3, the non-hyper version. But this light spray version, I don't know if a lot of people aren't buying it because light spray is still relatively new. Just giving you guys a little view of it. But I think it's really important that the shoe gets a little bit of notoriety because it's doing something I think is really special. And I just wanted to get something out there because I don't think, like I said, it's getting any real notoriety. So, some context. I am preparing to run my first half marathon. I'm a relatively new runner to the scene, so this is my first time running consistently over a long period of time ever in my life. So my training block is currently 5 months. I created a training plan via Runner, which I know it's like the go-to app right now. But yeah, it's been a great training block. I have, increased my cardio capacity quite a bit. I've done, Runner does a great job of like based on the specifications that you put in, you get a lot out of it. But yeah, I'm getting ready to run my race next week, Sunday, at the Love Philly Run. It's a half marathon, and it's obviously something I've been looking forward to doing. I honestly want to run a marathon at some point in my life, and this is like, something that I think will be a great starting point. So, all of that being said, the shoes that I've been using to train for these last couple of months are twofold. So, the shoe that I train most often with in the first purchase I made was the Asics Super Blast 2. I know the Asics Super Blast 3 is out now, and it is the joy of so many people. But this Asics Super Blast 2 has been my go-to recovery run, long run. Now, for my speed workouts and the shoe that I'll be running the race in, I purchased the New Balance SC Elite 5. This is a carbon plated shoe. You can see here the Energy Arc. And it is a quite comfortable shoe. And it's a shoe that I researched quite a bit before buying it because I wanted to sort of get into the carbon plate. I'd never used a carbon plate before, but I wanted to make sure that I had as many advantages as possible during the race. My goal for this half marathon is to run a 2 hour marathon or better. Again, this is my first half marathon, so any personal best that I get is a personal best because I've never done one. But if I can get a 2 or even a sub 2 time, I'd be very, very happy. That's what I was training towards. But honestly, if I end feeling really good, I'll be extremely happy. If I get 2 or roundabouts 2, I'd be ecstatic. If I get sub 2, I might attempt a backflip because I'll be so happy. So that's a little bit about myself, training block. Let's talk about the On Cloud Monster 3 Hyper Light Spray. Why did I want to make this video? For a couple of reasons. So this shoe, as many of you probably already know, is one of On's premier running shoes. This upper is machine made upper. It's a laceless shoe. Obviously, you could sort of see the infoot here, the insole, is a little see-through because this part is a little see-through, so whatever sock you wear can be seen through. And this material, I think, is a one filament that is just sprayed on the top of this foam. And I think there's a Helion foam. It is a stiffer foam. So if I compare it to the Asics Superblast, I would say that the Asics Superblast is known for actually being somewhat stiff in the first 50 miles or so. And while I found that to be a little true, this definitely felt stiffer than what the Asics Superblast did. I suspect that the more I run in it, the more it will, get a little softer. What I thought was really special about this shoe is yesterday I went for my first run. So I've only run 4 miles in this so far. It was a recovery run. I wanted to sort of just test it out. And I kept trying to run slow and it kept propelling me forward. And my times, it was a recovery run. I'm running my sort of slow time is supposed to be like a 5 minute mile, minute per mile. And I kept, going faster than that. And I think it's because this shoe can do long miles, can do recovery runs, but it almost propels you wanting to go faster. And I think that's really special because I didn't get that from either of my other two shoes, the Asics Superblast 2 or the New Balance SC Elite 5. Neither of those ever provided that for me. And I thought I would definitely get it from the New Balance, the SC Elite 5. And I wasn't. This shoe, I put it on and I'm telling you, I was purposely like, all right, go slow. There's a little recovery run, go slow. My times, I have the runner app playing in the background and giving me regular pacing prompts. And it's like, slow down, slow down. I'm like, I am going slow, which is interesting. Now, comfort-wise, I think it's a comfortable shoe. It's a beautiful shoe. I think it's extremely aesthetic. I'm a big fan of a bright colored shoe, which is one of the reasons why I got that colorway in the New Balance SC Elite 5. But this is a very attractive shoe. It's very comfortable in foot, and I feel the sort of energy return that comes from it. I will say I'm a size 12. I'm a heavier runner, right? So let's get that out of the way first. I'm about 6'2", 230 pounds. And so any shoe that I wear, the thing that I would always say is that the way a shoe responds to some of the much lighter runners that I see on YouTube is likely not the way a shoe is going to respond to someone as heavy as me, right? So they obviously need to fit many size and weight profiles, but the way it responds to me and the energy returns it offers me is going to be starkly different. Either way, I would say this is a really interesting shoe that anybody who has the money to spend on it should consider. This was $280. Now, you see the 3 shoes that I have on here. I have almost, $700, $800 worth of shoes here, and it's only 3 shoes. So they're pricey shoes. I mean, the Superblast cost $220 at the time I bought it. I bought it from Amazon. I know the Asics Superblast 2, when I bought it last year, was a very hard shoe to buy. I bought a very simple colorway. That way, I could use it with a bunch of different outfits. And then the New Balance SC Elite 5, that one costs about $260. This is $280. Obviously, part of what you're paying for is the technology, right? So this is a very lightweight shoe. I don't know how much it weighs in my size, because obviously the representative sizes that they put online are usually I believe a 9.5 in men's sizes. And I think this shoe is like 7.5 ounces in that. But obviously with a shoe at a 12, it's going to be heavier. But it's extremely lightweight, stiffer ride, very responsive, feels like it wants to go fast. No plate here, but you can see the deep grooves, very grippy to the ground. There's a lot of this grip that goes underneath, and I'm very happy with the shoe. I'm interested in taking it on more runs. I have 2 more runs prior to my race, and I'm probably going to use this to take them on. They're slightly speedier runs. I have a 7 miler tomorrow and a final 4 miles tempo on Wednesday. So I may come back and do like a 100-mile recap. But I think the shoe needs a little bit more notoriety. I think people are shying away from this shoe, both because of price, and I do not blame anybody for that. $280 is a lot of money to spend on a shoe. But I think that once this starts selling very regularly in stores, I recommend people go and try it out because, and I should say this, but it should go without saying, I'm not sponsored by On or anything like that. This is not a sponsored video. But I think it's unique. There's something special going on here. And I think it's worth trying out. At least trying it out in the store, seeing what you think. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoy this video and take care.